Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Factorio. In the last episode, we worked on our new refueling area up here in the northern section of the map, of our base on the map, which is designed to service both our standard trains and our new long trains. And set it up so that when a train pulls into one stop, it turns off the other stop so that we don't get traffic jams, in theory. It's probably not necessary, but, just wanted that extra layer of control there just in case. Because, we do have 13 of those long trains. This is the only place that they can be serviced. So, in the unlikely event that all 13 trains pull into this area here, that it prevents... Because if the long train pulls into this stop, it won't necessarily flag this stop as being occupied. So, another train may try to pull into that stop, and therefore going to start a queue back here. So we just want to make sure that that is then turned off when there's a train in either one of those, just to avoid any problems. The signaling should direct trains to other areas. But, there is that rare situation where all the bays may be occupied and, they need to send a train somewhere else. So... got that done, got that all figured out, and then we began design on the new Foundry area, which I've gone ahead and built in the loading bays for where the refined ores are going to be delivered for the Foundry. And we're going to be needing loading areas for... For other materials that are going to be brought in, so we're going to have to expand this as needed. So sulfuric acid is something we're going to be needing here. So I brought over some sulfuric acid. And, yeah. So I think we're ready to go ahead and get started. So, I've set this up where the trains are unloading into 4 warehouses. And then, well, not warehouses, these are silos, technically. And then they unload onto 4 separate belts. And then we're going to be having to put in a balancer depending on how many different runs we're going to have coming out of here. So, for example, I have this 4-to-3 balancer set up here for the copper because we're going to have essentially what are 3 separate lines. Because what I'm going to do is... that the sheet coils are going to be on one, the copper wire coils are going to be on another, and then I'm going to have both the molten copper and the copper ingots on the third. So that is how that's going to happen there. Alright, so I think we're ready to go ahead and get started on copper sheet coils. So, let's go ahead and grab the first one of these lines and bring them on over. And then I gotta just gotta decide where I'm gonna start putting things down. I've gone ahead and made the structures we're going to need. Oh, actually, there's one thing I forgot to bring over here. Fuel blocks. We're gonna need fuel blocks. Oh, yes we are. What is going to be the best way to do that? Now, I could use a loading bay here, but actually, you know what? I'm not. I'm going to use a loading method I don't commonly do. I just have to see which of these is that in. There we go. One of these kind of siding loading and offloading areas is what we'll do. So, right about there. Don't need those, and don't need this. Do want the train stopping sooner rather than later, so that's fine. Need the dry material offloading. There it is. And we're going to need a substation. There we go. And then we need a train. So you and... yeah, I already had an extra cargo wagon, so that is fine. We only need one. And what we're going to do here is you're going to go grab some fuel. And then load some fuel blocks. And this is going to be the... oh, hold on. Let me just grab this. And we're going to call this fuel blocks. Yeah, fuel blocks. So go grab the fuel blocks and then bring them up here. Okay. There we are. All right. Okay, so first things first is we need our ore processing machines. So I'm going to come over here as far as I can. I want them on this line here. There we go. And how many? We're going to be putting 2 in there. Processed copper. I'm going to try and put this substation in a way that should cover the most area. There we go. Okay, and so this is going to be 2 to 2. So basically 1-to-1 ratio there. We should be able to just do this. Alright, so we're going to have pellet machines making copper pellets. And you guys need one module. Okay, and then we bring those to there, which actually that works. And we're using this to make cathodes or anodes. Okay, so we're going to need some oxygen input. And we're also going to need fuel blocks. Okay, so for fuel blocks, how are we going to handle that? See, I don't know how many per second we're going to need. Because it doesn't really tell. No, I don't really see any way to find out how many fuel blocks we need. That's alright. Actually, what I should probably do is put that underground. And then, go put that ore back. Because fuel blocks will swap there. Okay. And they just go in this direction. Alright, so we just bring them through there, and they should be fine. There we go. Now we need some oxygen, which I don't think I figured out how much we need. 192.5 per second. That's quite a bit. Okay, so do I want to do dirt water electrolysis? Or do I want to do air separation? Thing is, what am I going to need? Am I going to need the nitrogen at any point? Or am I going to need the hydrogen? I don't know. Air separation. Let's try that. What do we need? That's actually not too bad. All told. If we throw in some modules. Yeah. Yeah, that'll work. Let's get rid of these trees. Because then what I can do is I'll just do the separation right here. And we're going to need a flare stack. We want that. Actually, I'm just going to throw the flare stack straight on there. Because this is the only thing this is going to be used for. How much? 385 per second? Yeah, that's not going to be... We'll throw one of those in there and then connect it up. And then you're going to be making compressed air. And you're going to need one of those. There you go. Okay. Now I have anodes. Excellent. Now I need to take those anodes and we need to put them into... Come on. There you go. We need to put them into these chemical furnaces to make ingots. And we're going to need some sulfuric acid. How much? 192.5 per second, but that's just the initial. In total, we're going to need, I think I calculated this out already, 192, so that's basically 200. 375, 475, 575 per second sulfuric acid to run the entire copper system at the same time. So I consider that to be half the capacity of a pump, or of a pipe. Alright, so... Alright, so how do I want to bring this down? Might be best to kind of come down on that line there. Alright, how many do I need in here? 2 per? Okay. Alright, and then they get routed into induction furnaces. And now this is 2 to 4. Wait, no, this was 2 to 4. No. Oh. Oh. Hold on. Oh my. Okay, well then. Why did I only make 2 of those? Alright, well, I'm gonna need 2 more. 1, 2. Yeah, don't need those. Ingots. Alright, so what I might want to do is balance between those two. What is the rate at which we're pumping that out? 77 per second. So yeah, we're going to need more than 1 belt. Alright, so 2, 3, 4. Is that how I want to do that? No, actually I probably want to limit the amount of horizontal space I'm using and instead go vertical. Yeah, I think that's the better option. Alright, so you guys are making ingots. Actually, I probably should back them off the rail. Because 2, 3, 4. We can put the sulfur inputs on that side. Oh, sulfuric acid, anyway. Alright, so this is going to be the anode input there. Which I can actually throw some of those in here already. There we go. And we're going to have ingots. There we go. And then what I can do, instead of that, I can bring... I'm going to come around that signal. All right. Does that hook up? Does that hook up? No, not quite. There we go. And then you all need that. All right, good. Oh, no, they want that to be output. All right, fine then. We can do the input there. Oh, yeah. Well... hopefully that will work. All right. So for inputs, we're going to be doing there, there, and there. No, no, no. We're not connecting through there. That way. Okay. We're stopping there. And then you connect through to there. There we go. Good. All right, and then for these, what's the rate at which we're producing here? 77 ingots per second as well. So yeah, we're going to have to set these up as separate lines as well. Perfect. And that'll come all the way through there. And then that will come through there. And then I'll just put a balance on there for good measure. Alright. So the next stage of that project is going to be the 4 induction furnaces. Alright, so those are going to dump out that way as well. It's going to bump into that signal. Actually, let me, I know it'll look a little odd, but go ahead and bump it off of there. Alright, and so you're making molten copper, molten copper, molten copper, and we're going to be using 1 speed module per. And this should be pretty straightforward. Just use surface belts for this. Alright, and then we're producing 770 molten copper per second. Which a single pipe should be capable of handling that. And then we'll route you through. Let's use an old school tank. And pump. And then we just need some strand casting machines. To make our sheet coils. And then this is where we're going to need to exchange coolant, which that's going to be another thing that we're going to need to do. Which I forgot about. Okay, well, we're out of time for today. So, you know, this first line is almost done. Just need to get some coolant in there. So maybe I'll start setting up the coolant exchange areas off screen. What's your problem? Oh. You need modules. That would be the case, wouldn't it? All right. Good. Good. Yep. So we'll go ahead and stop here for today. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment. And I will see you next time.